I am going to try riding this mini bike that I got from Amazon for $700 through 55 miles of the Mojave Desert. Now, this isn't just any mini bike. This is a heavily modified 5,000 watt electric mini bike in which I've spent a few months building. The problem still is, this is still a kid's bike. So these 55 miles are not going to be easy. There's going to be rocks, pitch black, and super sandy terrain. Hello everyone, my name is Axel, and this is the race to the pinnacles. Let's go. So the boys have left me to my own resources.
Only like 2 miles left on camp. I'm a little worried for the truck.
Check out the damage. If you haven't seen my last video, I built this mini bike and completely rebuilt the entire powertrain with a 72 volt 5,000 watt system. Now, this bike is extremely quick and it's got amazing range, 20 miles of range. The problem is, it is still nowhere close to being ready for the pinnacles, so I have a few upgrades to do before then. However, you guys may be wondering, what the frick are pinnacles? One quick Google search will tell you they are an unusual geological feature rising from the bed of the Sierra Lake Basin in Southern California. Right next to the basin is a little town called Ridgecrest, which is where I live. So the plan is we start at my house, drive 26 miles out to the pinnacles and camp overnight, and ride 34 miles back the next day. As we would be out in the middle of the desert with no cell phone service and no help other than ourselves, why not take a little mini bike that you just built? Now, earlier in the video, I mentioned the fact that this bike still needs a few upgrades. And a few upgrades is a little bit of an understatement. This bike needs a new rear tire, it needs new suspension, it needs new handlebars, and on top of that, it needs headlights and taillights because I'd be riding in complete darkness. So I have all of this to do in the next 48 hours.
The first thing I did was replace the rear brake pads as they were already worn down. I then installed the new 1,000 pound shock with 30 millimeters more travel than the stock one. After that, I then mounted the new grippier tire that should help with the soft sand. Both of these mods will definitely improve the ride quality, considering this bike can be bought from Walmart.
So right now I'm sitting on it full force, and that shock is barely compressed at all. After that mediocre squat test was done, I of course cut the fenders so that it had a little bit more clearance for the rear tire. I also 3D printed a taillight mount that could just be secured in with zip ties. And then in the front, I attached this 18 watt headlight by just widening the hole a little bit with a drill and then bolting it in. Once I had all the lights attached, I of course had to have a 12 volt system. So I installed this little 12 volt converter that would take the 84 volts and bump it down to 12 volts. Of course, once all the lights were installed, I then took it outside to give it a test, and it looks like it works. Sweet. And with all the lights working, day one came to an end. Okay, I'm a little stressed because today is the day of the test, and I ordered a bunch of parts for my drone, because if you're unaware, I have a drone and it looks like this right now. It's all in a bunch of pieces, there's logic boards everywhere, cameras, everything. And that's because I'm an idiot and I wrecked it. Oh! Oh my fucking god! Oh! So I'm waiting on some pieces, and the problem is today is the day we leave, and they have not shown up yet. But sadly, our departure time was just coming up way too fast, and I had nothing to do. So I ended up leaving the drone, going off to school, and hoping that the rest of the adventure would go okay. We're on our way over to get everything packed up. The drone parts have not showed up, so we're running out of time. On top of that, we're also chasing a storm, which is not good. So we're kind of in a rush to get out of here. And of course, once I picked up the boys, we had to go grab the support truck. And speaking of the boys, these are the boys. We got Kjeaton right here.
What's up?
We got Ryan, who is our support truck driver.
What's up?
And Eldon, our awesome cameraman. These guys came in clutch so many times throughout this whole video, and they were the ones that made it possible. And I cannot thank them enough. Now that you know who's who, we had to get the hell out of here before this rainstorm came in and destroyed this plan. Alrighty, so me and the boys have finished packing the truck. We are all ready to go. Really, besides that, it's time to go because we are running out of light and time. So let's get our butts on the road. Yeah. We are off to the pinnacles. come up to the last point of pavement we will see in over 25 miles. All right, right now we are at 5 miles in. This freaking sucks. That seat is so uncomfortable. This is so freaking slow. And on top of that, the soft sand is awful.
Yeah, no, it's pretty bad.
I really don't have anything else to update you guys on besides it already sucks. I can't wait to get out to Wagon Wheel because then we can go a bit faster going downhill. But
he's doing alright. Truck's handling fine, the quad's handling fine. Just rocking out to music in the truck, following him. It's fun. Eldon, anything to say?
Not much.
as we kept making our way to Wagon Wheel, everything was going pretty smooth. Made it out to Wagon Wheel, baby! Woo! Man, this is painful. We're only like 9 miles in. And, yeah. That way. For like 4 or 5 miles. I don't know. But here we go.
With the next few miles being downhill, I had nothing except drops of Jupiter and a 2-wheel drive truck going through whoops to entertain me. As we made our way down the end of the super long road, night was beginning to fall and I wanted to check up on how my battery was doing.
Alright, so here's the deal. We're quickly running out of light, so I'm going to keep squeezing as much light as I can out of these guys. We still got about an hour and 6 minutes according to Google Maps. Right now we're sitting at about 68%, 67%. So, let's keep riding.
Now, while we didn't film the last quarter mile of the straightaway, once we turned, it was a straight shot to the pinnacles.
Alright, so hey guys, we're roughly 12 and a half miles in. It's 17:30, so 5:30. I just stopped and made some phone calls to some friends, and we're out of service now.
And the reason why I have so much battery left over is because I've just been driving really slow and being careful on my throttle. This has then allowed me to stretch a 20-mile battery out to be almost a 32-mile battery. But nonetheless, let's keep pressing on.
Alright, we've reached 20.3 miles, and we just reached the 60s in voltage. Onward! Don't you wait for me. We just passed Echo Road. We are all in one piece. We have done 20.5 miles. And we are sitting at 71 volts, which means we have 15 miles of range left at this speed. We have 5.6 miles left. Let's send it. Get to camp, get it set up, and let's cook some dinner. I'm hungry. And while I was sick and tired of riding the Mini, Ryan was getting a little concerned.
I'm a little worried for the truck because we've been rattling around. It sounds like the stuff is falling. I'm worried. Some of these bumps are pretty intense, and I don't have the battery actually hooked in there properly. I don't have a harness for it, and that bike back there is very, very loose. So we'll see what happens.
Either way, we kept pressing on and started cruising at about 20 miles an hour to get to camp quicker. And we were actually cruising just fine with no issues at all. Until mile 26, when we made a shocking discovery. Okay, viewers. We are 1 mile away from the pinnacles. They are right there. And we stopped because I wanted to film something for my Instagram. And we found this dirt bike buried, the front tire right here, buried in the sand. It's been dragging for who knows how long, and we've been mobbing this at about 20-25 miles an hour. Let's check out the damage. So first, this dent was already here, which Ryan's okay with because that was already there. But what makes this awful is this. Guys, look, this dented up too. Yeah, it's dent. Look at this. Holy!
Down to the bare metal.
And like, we broke a mount down there. Frick! Not only that, look at what happened to the bike. The forks are twisted. Tire has been dragging for quite a while because, as you can see, it's been taken off the bead, and the tire is completely eaten apart now. And on top of that, we can't even ride it now because the clutch is busted. So. Yeah, Ryan, I am so sorry, dude. I broke your light and also dented the frick out of your truck. Holy!
That is
that's bare metal.
And a giant dent.
If you guys are enjoying this video so far, please leave a like and help me out through the YouTube algorithm so I can pay Ryan back to fix his truck. 1 mile left. Yeah, we had 1 mile left. Yeah, let's get to camp. Let's get this all set up. Let's clean this up, and we'll deal with this in the morning. After tying the bike down so that it wouldn't fall, we kept cruising to the pinnacles at about 15 miles an hour. Let's see it, Ryan! So we made it here to the pinnacles. I know you can't see because it's too dark, but I don't care. I'm still showing it. We made it. The mini moto is in one piece. Woohoo! We made it with 64.6 volts, and that for some reason reset. 26.45 miles.
Holy cow.
1 ride, 1 battery, 1 light, and a bunch of issues with the truck, but that's okay, we'll solve them in the morning.
The truck, with your guys' loading on the truck. My truck did fine.
Alright, here's the deal. Now we're just chilling. We got camp set up, the mini moto's charging. I've also got the lithium bank charging as well, just in case the generator goes out. We've got Easy Up set up because it is going to rain by the looks of it. And we got a fire cooking some hot dogs right now. So it's been one heck of an adventure. And I'm looking forward to whatever the heck we have to do tomorrow. Yeah, gum, it's nice out here. After a solid 6 hours of sleep, morning came upon us. Alrighty, so here's the deal. We've got camp set back up. We're ready for a new day. We're here at the pinnacles. As you can see, they are absolutely wonderful. We're gonna go exploring over there later. But right now, I'm doing some bacon cooking. I'm thinking we'll probably do some pinnacle stuff, and then we'll also go check out the railroad tracks over there. Before we left, we took some more real good photos of a paramotorist. Ryan made some fun of me.
YouTuber trying to get the right angles. He looks like he's struggling.
And we headed out to the train tracks. Yeah! Alright, so right now, me and the boys, we're not exactly finding anything. As you can see, it's a straightaway for about 10 miles. So I think maybe what we can do you guys want to go explore, go climb some of the rocks up there?
Yeah.
So after a bit of climbing, we decided to do what any group of boys would do. We threw rocks at other rocks.
The boys will be boys.
Once me and the boys got pretty bored of doing that, we ended up riding back so then we could go for a hike at the pinnacles. The first thing we decided to explore was a cave that we found.
Here we go, we've successfully arrived at the cave. Ooh. Well, let's just say it's not a lot going on in here, as it is literally 15 feet long.
So it looks like it is a cave.
Yeah.
Yep.
Alrighty. Let's head out and keep hiking.
We then decided to hike up the side of a pinnacle to see if we can actually get on top of one. Looks like Kjeaton already beat me to it.
Alrighty boys, we made it to the top of one of the pinnacles, and we're pretty lonely out here. We're the only 4 people in the area for what looks like miles upon miles? I don't even know.
We ended up to continue hiking until we found some really cool rock formations.
What are these, bruh?
But the thing is, something was just bugging me.
I mean, technically this video is all about the mini moto going through the desert, so we should probably head back to camp and get back on the road before we run out of time.
But the thing is, we were just having too much fun. We almost didn't want to leave the pinnacles. And if I'm honest, I was scared of going back, as today had more mileage, rougher terrain, and even worse weather. But we took some of our last photos, threw some more rocks,
And of course, the boys will be boys.
and headed back to camp. We took down camp, I unplugged the Mini.
Alright, here's the deal. Camp is fully put away, as you can see. We have left nothing behind. Of course, in this beautiful part of Southern California. I'm kind of stressing out because everything's gone so well so far, and I'm just really hoping that we'll be able to get back safe. Without further ado, let's head out.
Alright, he's telling us to go. Wish us luck.
So the boys have left me to my own resources. They're about 5 miles ahead of me, and I'm cruising at 11.3 miles an hour. Why so slow? Because today we have to go 31 miles instead of 26. So I don't really know what's going on, or if we'll make it back. I hope we do, because it's gonna start raining here in a bit. This is very nice, being able to just ride alone on a little bike that you built. I cannot complain, and I am so glad through all the struggles we've gone through that we did this adventure. This adventure was totally worth destroying a dirt bike, a lot of pain, and on top of that, a lot of resources. So please, while the guys aren't here, please support them down below with the links I provide, because they have helped me out so much, and they deserve the love from you guys. You guys are an awesome community, and I know you guys can help them out. With that, I'll keep on coasting. We'll catch up to them, and then it's 20 miles left. Let's go.
As I kept going down the road, I eventually met back up with the boys, and we just kept on trucking.
Alright, here's the deal. We're about 6.5 miles in on the way back home, and we're about to enter the rocky section. This is gonna frickin' suck. Okay, it's starting to rain.
We have made it! Let's go! The only problem is, we're not going the way we came. We are instead going a different way.
Little did I know, this little decision to go a different way would put me through living hell with the Mini. Non-stop uphill, non-stop sand, and non-stop headwind. I was quickly running out of battery, and Ryan's truck is two-wheel drive, which means if he gets stuck, we are screwed. For the next 2 miles, we pressed on in the sphere, and of course not capturing any footage as we were too focused on not getting stuck. After crossing the train tracks, we kept going uphill, upwind, for another 4.5 miles.
Okay, here's the problem. We are 19.1 miles in. I am at 68.6 volts. I don't know if I'm gonna make it or not, and we've got to keep going slow. So I'm a little scared. We're quickly running out of capacity here, but you know, the life of electric. We gotta just hope for the best, right?
As we came up on some more familiar trails, we kept riding for a few miles when we decided to stop and check in with all the vehicles. Alright everyone, we are officially 21 miles into the journey home, and we're running into issues. 1, the quad is almost out of fuel. 2, Ryan and Eldon both need to get home in about 20 minutes. And on top of that, the Mini Moto only has 67.2 volts. That's not good news. We're gonna do our best to conserve our energy and go downhill, but I don't know if we're actually gonna be able to make it home. With range anxiety starting to kick in, I was doing everything I possibly could to save my battery. I was so focused, in fact, I ended up recording about 10 minutes of the top of my helmet. My bad. Once I coasted down the hill, I was sitting at about
66 volts. We got 4 miles to go. Let's go.
The ride was on. I was getting even more nervous because as we were coming down the hill,
I'm sitting at 61 volts. Kjeaton and I have 1 mile left.
I've been doing my way, or the highway, and in the driveway is a nice range, cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain.
No! Come it! Oh no! No!
and of course as I saw the Christmas lights, I ended up turning off my headlight to try and save the last bit of power I had left in my bike. And that power was not a lot.
Oh, Mini, go! No! Mini! I am flooring it right now! This thing is dead!
I wasn't gonna let defeat step in, especially after what we had just gone through. We had gone 54.7 miles through the desert, and we only had about a quarter mile left. I wasn't gonna let my friends down, and I wasn't gonna let you guys down by not being able to complete this challenge.
It literally died as I rolled in.
We made it! 55 miles through the Mojave Desert on a tiny electric motorbike you can build from Amazon. This adventure was not very easy considering my butt is still hurting from that plastic seat. Ryan is still griefing over his broken tailgate. Kjeaton is still suffering from a minor concussion in the truck. And Eldon is, well, he's being Eldon. All these struggles come together and they were still nothing in comparison to the memories and the experience we were able to have by doing this adventure. Again, I cannot thank you guys enough for joining me on this. Was it worth it for us?
Oh yeah.
Looking forward to doing another one next year.
Heck yeah.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Real talk for a minute, I'd really like to thank you guys so much for watching this video, as it took me over 1,000 hours to put together, and I'm not exaggerating that. On top of that, I really hope this video was worth your time as well as the amount of work that was put into it, as this video is by far the best one I've ever produced. And I have to thank you guys for being able to support me and being able to allow me to make higher quality videos. If you want me to do another adventure or build another cool project, please consider subscribing and leaving a like on this video, as it'll also really help me through the algorithm. And on top of that, we have finally reached 1,000 subscribers. So thank you guys so much. But going into 2023, I have a few more projects and some housekeeping I need to do. So make sure you stay tuned for that. Thank you so much, and I hope you have a wonderful new year.